Good morning, 5:22 a.m. I just had the truck picked up last evening. I put the leveling kit in, had the leveling kit put in, and I wanted to see if lane keep assist still worked or not. Also, the self-leveling headlights, it seems like these headlights are maybe a little high. They were kind of that way, it seems like they were that way before I put the leveling kit in. I seem to be getting a lot of flashes from people. And you can see the bending headlights. I don't know if you'll be able to see them turn. See, look at this. You can see them turn. The cool thing about these headlights, see if you can see them turn. I don't know if that's coming out on camera, but look at the cutoff. I'd say the headlights are definitely cooler. I don't know if they're brighter. They're cooler. The dynamic bending is definitely interesting. I don't know that it helps at all. I think it's cool. But the cool thing about these, which I just started to say earlier, is both the headlights move. On my wife's CX-5, see, maybe we can get someone flashing me here. It just seems like a lot of people are flashing me. But the headlights, both these headlights move. The left and the right both turn right if I'm turning right, and the opposite. On my wife's CX-5, just the right one will turn right if I'm turning right, and just the left one will turn left. But these seem to both be able to turn. See, like this is where they're turning right now. Maybe you can see them come back here. Yeah, it's a little hard to pick up on camera, but these can turn left and right, both of them. So you'll get both lights kind of pointing into a curve. I find they're most useful for little sweepers like this. This guy's high beams are on. Oh, he's just towing a trailer. See, that right there is where the self-leveling headlights come into play. If you actually tow a lot, when you tow, obviously it squats the ass into the truck down, and it makes the headlights point up. So the self-leveling will take care of that. By the way, I just started driving like 3 minutes ago. It's 35 degrees out, and there's already hot air coming out of here. I was curious to see how that worked, but the heat works really well. I've got the heated steering wheel on. In the Ford trucks, the entire steering wheel gets hot. And I actually I think I saw a video of a thermal camera, and that's what intrigued me about it. But the entire steering wheel is glowing red or orange, whatever, on a thermal camera. And on the CX-5, it's just kind of like where you put your hands on. You can't see my hands, but like right here, there's like 4 spots that heat. This thing, the entire steering wheel is hot. It's so nice. But again, these headlights, I'm wondering, since they did seem to be a bit high, they seem to be a bit high even before the leveling kit. I was wondering if there's any way to adjust them, and I popped the hood open. It's so funny how clean engine bays are on new cars. So I've got 510 miles on this so far. It's so funny how clean they are. I was wondering if there's any way, and again, hold on, bending, you can see them come back here. They're turning back, yeah. See, that's just kind of cool. I just think it's so cool, so unnecessary. I don't want to say useless, but kind of useless, but very cool. I was trying to see if there's any way to adjust the auto adjusting headlights, and I wasn't able to see any adjustment in there. Because like I said earlier, it just seems like there's a lot of people flashing me. Maybe we can get some turning here. Yeah, you can see them turning. Coming back. I don't know, I think that's cool. I don't know, where the cutoff is now, does that seem high to you? It's probably kind of hard to tell on camera. Maybe we'll get someone flashing me here. I can't tell if that's high or if I'm just neurotic about it now. As soon as I get something in my head, I can't stop thinking about it. In my 501 with the reflectors, I did not get flashing like that. But I think these headlights are far superior. As far as brightness, not really so much. Actually, the reflector LEDs are really, really bright headlights. And you know, I've put like LED bulbs. If you get an STX or something, an XL, anything below an XL, so I think even XLTs you can option with halogens. There's something about putting aftermarket LEDs in reflectors that are designed. Here we go. We're bending in reflectors that are designed for halogens. There's something about they never look quite right. In my experience, it's like the first 3 degrees of turning is where all of the bending happens. I'll come back. There we go. See the bending? I mean, these lights are ridiculously bright. For headlights, see if you can see them turn left. For stock headlights, this is hilarious. This is how they should have always been. This is what the aftermarket has always been trying to achieve. And same thing with sound systems, you know, off-road capability. Now we've got lockers stock, we've got hill descent control, we've got all sorts of drive modes. We've got 400 horsepower in a pickup truck. I mean, the need to modify these trucks is like basically gone for performance. I mean, if you want to get crazy and lift the truck and do whatever, I mean, I don't really see any need. The little leveling kit that I did, I think I'm gonna turn left here. Bending, 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 bending. Watch them come back. Ready? Back. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. I mean, the need to modify these trucks is, there's no need. I did a little leveling kit because the rake on these trucks is horrendous for whatever reason. If you park a leveled truck, and I just did a 2-inch, I didn't do anything more than a 2-inch. A little rake is acceptable because if you do tow, I mean, you don't want to have a squatting truck by any means. A little rake is acceptable, but there's like a 4-inch difference stock on these trucks, and the 2-wheel drive one, forget it. And I don't really see any need for that. And like I mentioned in the 501 truck, I mean, I was still able to get a 27.5 mile per gallon average over like 830 miles. So, I mean, if the leveling kit affected the mileage, I'm okay with that. I don't think it did. So I would say go for it if you like leveling. Hey, it's Christmas season. Our flower bridge is lit up. How nice. Bang a left here. Maybe we can get some bending. Some bendage. Bend the light. Bend the light, bitch. All right, turn it back. Oh, yeah. I'm a sucker for gadgets like that. I love it. But it appears that it seems like, funny enough, I haven't gotten one flash yet. For some reason in the morning, it seems like everybody has their high beams on coming at me or is flashing me when I'm going to the gym in the morning. This morning, the morning after I got the lift, nothing. I don't know why. But the headlights seem to have adjusted. And thank God, because there's nowhere that I can see to adjust them. With the reflector beams, if you have a 501 or an XLT or anything else, the Ford reflector beams are probably the reflector beams, sorry, I stopped the video there. I think the Ford reflector beams are probably the easiest out of any car that I've had to adjust. It's a screw right on top of the housing, and you just, you know, screw it half a turn or whatever, and it'll drop it 6 inches. It's super easy adjustment system. So I did not have that option with the self-leveling. Now, as far as mileage goes, I'm still sitting at 21.3, and one cool thing about this truck, when I go, I can see this view while driving. I don't know why it says full view not available, because it kind of is right in the way of the car that I'm trying to look at behind me. But this truck can do this view, which is interesting. The other one would just do the bed view, which is like the worst quality camera I've ever seen. Every other camera is HD. It's in night mode right now, so it's not very high quality, but I don't know why that bed camera, it was on my F501 and on this truck. The bed camera is just terrible quality. I don't know why. And so one thing I did do, you can see I replaced these license plate lights with LEDs. That you should do immediately on any truck, any Ford truck, because for some reason it seems to burn out the connectors. Oddly enough, the connectors are like already black. I did mine at 60 miles and the connectors were already starting to turn black, like the incandescent bulbs were burning them. Very weird thing to have happen, you know, from the factory. But put those LED bulbs in, they'll burn a little cooler, hopefully a lot cooler, and they'd look a lot cooler. So I've got the tints done, I've got the leveling kit done. I need to get an alignment still. I did my little sound deleter thing. I tried to make a video of that, but I'm just not into, I'm not mechanically inclined. I have a hard enough time trying to get the job done, and trying to film at the same time is basically impossible. But if you get one of those, it's called like something ohm, I don't know, I made a video of it, but just search like powerboost sound removal device, something ohm, I can't remember. It's like a play on words, but it's a little device. You unplug the wiring harness from the speaker that's up front right next to the intercooler, plug this device into the wiring harness, and it just tricks the computer into thinking that the speaker is still plugged in, but it removes that fake engine sound and also the backup alarm. And I just like that so much better, because you can creep along in this thing and not have to hear any noise. But I put that back in, took it off my other truck. If you have small enough hands, you can do it without unbolting the intercooler support. But if you don't have small hands, there's like 2 bolts that you just unbolt, let the thing drop down, get in there, bolt it back up. Super easy job. I did it in like 20 minutes. I also put in, which I didn't show, but I put in, I think the brand was Starsky, bed lights. I didn't get the bed kit, which I probably would if I did it again. If you're on the fence, I would get the bed kit, because you get box link, you get the step, and you get the lights. I put the Starsky bed lights in. They go right in the stock location, but I actually like the kit better, because I was a little turned off on it, because with the 2021 and up models, you have to tap into the third brake light and run a wire for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I got into it, and it was actually really easy. And again, I'm not mechanically inclined at all, and I was able to do that. The hardest part was trying to figure out how to zip tie the wires against the frame rail so they weren't in the way. That took me actually the longest out of the entire process. But the older models, 2020 and older, they just plugged right into, like, there's a Y connector. There's a video on YouTube, but it looked super easy. And then when I got mine, they had the extra wiring harness, but it really wasn't a big deal. And I actually like that kit better, because the Ford one has a button to turn on the bed lights, and this one, it goes off the door. So all you have to do is open the door and the bed lights turn on. Or if you unlock the truck, it's on for like 30 seconds or whatever you have it set for. But this one, if you turn the third brake light, bed light on, like the main one, these go on. Or if you have the doors open, they go on. So I actually kind of like that better. But with the tonneau cover, it's life-changing having those lights, because you can see right in there. The kit was like $150 or something. I think it was worth it. especially on a new truck. I mean, I know you can get like $30 options, LED strips, but I mean, honestly, it's such a clean install. And since it's a new truck, I figure I'd just buy, I guess, the more expensive one. I have not gotten someone to flash me once. So weird. So weird. So weird. I'm still on the first tank of gas, which is funny because I've been in tow haul. I'm not in tow haul now, but just trying to break the motor in a little bit, give it some rev, some load. And I'm still gonna hit over 700 miles on this tank. It's saying I'm getting 21.3, but it seems like it's better than that based on the mileage. Truck's gonna get good mileage. I'm glad. I was on YouTube yesterday and I saw that same guy's video. It's titled like power boost, 12 miles per gallon, electrical problems, whatever else. And I just, that would suck. I'm glad that's not the case for me. Here, let's try to get a good bend here. You can see it. And it's starting to bend, right? I'm gonna turn. Yep. She's bending. I think you can really see when it bends back. Yeah, there you go. That was a good one. That was a good one, boys. Bend. Well, see we're bending here. All right, I'm gonna conclude this video. Just a little headlight review. Me ranting like usual is my friend's truck. My friend's shitty truck. I don't think he watches these videos, but that's funny. Just kidding. All right, talk to you guys later.